This is Player 1,
This is Player 2.
and you're listening to another great show only on the Four-Eyed Radio Network.
The Third.
For more great shows, check out www.foureyeradio.com. Hello, and this is Stephen Mooney. I'm here to talk to you about one of our proud sponsors on the 4-Eye Radio Network. They are called America Joy Print Shop. If you're looking to do business cards, flyers, posters, banners, cut vinyl, car wraps, and more, then definitely check out americajoy.com for more information. And tell them the Fern sent you.
This feeling deep inside of me, girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Hello and welcome to an all-new, brand-new All White-Tukee. I'm your host, Steve-O, of course, with someone has finally come back from the dead. I had to find his body in Iraq. He was over there attacking pilgrims. And,
yeah.
I patched him up like good old Frankenstein's monster, and now he's back. We welcome the long overdue reunion show.
Yeah.
With Patrick Callahan.
Good to be back.
I had to find a replacement last week.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It went swimmingly.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get any feedback from anybody else. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But that could just be me. Of course, you can find us on 4eyeradio.com, Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Victoria, Blueberry Rocker, Victoria, Miro Guide, Double Twist, YouTube, Swell Radio, SoundCloud, and Player FM. Eric has a problem with getting us on every kind of multimedia known to man. So that's about it. We have a lot of stuff to talk about because Pat and I are going to do a huge catch-up because I think the last time we had a show was...
I think it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Probably. They're
1974.
19-tickety-2, I think.
19-tickety-2.
Yeah.
That was what the Simpsons, wasn't it? And he took away our right to say, what was it like? Oh, God, what was it? It's like, so we had to start saying 19-tickety-2, and we wore an onion on our belt because that was the style back then. And,
I wish that was the style.
Why not? Why can't? What defines a style, man? I mean, can't we, like, you could just start any kind of style, you know?
Probably could.
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, my sister was always ahead of styles, like, because she just dressed like garbage, so.
Well, yeah.
No offense, Aaron.
Yeah. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. Of course, we're brought to you by America Joy Print Shop, official sponsor of the 4-Eye Radio Network. Business cards, flyers, poster, banner, vinyl cut, car reps, and more. Visit americajoy.com and tell them the Fern sent you. Sorry, I have to get all the stupid ads out of the way. I mean, great ads.
Yeah,
No one listens to the show. I think it's just you and me. So, Pat, a lot has happened, and the only reason why I know a lot has happened is because I stalk you on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
So I know you did a couple of marathons. You went to Disneyland. So wherever you want to start, fill us in on your magical journey to get you back to the studio.
Magical journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've just been busy doing school and work and family stuff. We took the kiddos to Disneyland did the 3-day park hopper thing, which that was pretty cool.
Now, what is this? 3...
Oh, you can go back and forth between the two parks there, Disneyland, California Adventures.
Okay, I've never been to California Adventure. How is that?
They might as well call it Pixar Land, because that's basically what it is.
Perfect, I'm sold. I love Pixar.
Yeah, it's cool. They got like Mater driving around and Lightning McQueen and everything. That's cool, because Bailey's obsessed with that movie. So.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
she likes cars. Did she see the sequel or no?
Yeah, I think so. We don't have either one of them, but my parents do. So
okay.
Every time we're over there, she's watching those. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now I wonder what they did with the sequel, because didn't the guy who played like Doc pass away?
I don't know.
But Owen Wilson as like, oh yeah, I'm Owen Wilson. I'm a car. This is great. Yeah. I did movies once. That's cool though. Yeah, no, I saw there was a little. This was so stupid on Netflix. They had this little it was like behind the doors of Pixar.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. This is like a huge documentary thing. It's 19 minutes and it's just like a news report that they throw on Netflix.
Oh.
I was like, horrible. But they talked about the Cars Land and stuff like that. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
pretty
that
cool.
looks really cool.
Yeah,
and
there's
stuff.
some fun rides in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I like the Tower of Terror one over there. That's like the Ripley's
so
Believe
they
It or
have-
Not.
Oh, they have the
Yeah.
tower. Okay, because I
That
remember
thing's freaking sweet.
if you go to Disney World,
Yeah.
they have Epcot Center, which is like I don't even know. Don't even waste your time. Like why?
Isn't that where Harry Potter is, though?
No, that's Universal.
Oh, that's Universal Studios.
I want to
right.
go to the Universal.
Heck
Okay,
yeah, me too.
reason why I
man.
want to go to Universal, we should just go
Going to
because
Hogwarts.
Simpsons ride,
Oh, yeah.
and Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Of course, they got rid of the Back to the Future ride, but they replaced it with the Simpsons ride, and they also have a Men in Black ride, which already I think when the first day it opened, had an accident anyways on it. So I'm like, oh, that's a must on my list.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Disney World, they have the three other places, and the one is called MGM Studios, and they have the Tower of Terror there.
Well, it's like my wife was all bummed out because It's a Small World was closed. Again, it's like always closed. I'm just like, you're not missing anything. She's never been on it. It's like,
Really? Oh,
you're not missing
you're not.
anything at all.
That was the thing, because when we went in it one time. Well, we went in it we went in a couple times. One time we only went into it because it was so humid out in Florida that it was the only cool place. So we're like, let's just go.
Yeah.
And then another time my sister wanted to go on it again, and we're like, we don't want to go on it. So my mom was like, music wasn't working. So my mom's like, oh, it's broken. It doesn't work or whatnot. And I just looked at my mom like, luckily she can't read yet. Because there was a sign saying it was still open or whatnot. But did you ever hear the story about the quadriplegic stuck on the ride?
No.
So maybe 2 years ago, the ride broke down, and there was a quadriplegic man on the ride, and everyone else got to leave, but him because he needed assistance.
Oh,
and it
man.
took 2 hours for them to get this guy.
Jeez.
So you could just imagine it going it's a small world.
Man, yeah.
And this guy just ah.
Yeah.
So, but I think he sued and he won, but good for him because no one needs to.
Heck yeah.
That would be that'd be hell. You know what? I think that is hell.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think you go to hell and that's it. You become a
perpetually on the ride.
You're quadriplegic stuck on the ride.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, that ride's terrible.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else they have at. Do they have a Little Mermaid ride on the California Adventure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
I want to know why it took them so long to do that.
What I didn't understand too is California Adventure is mostly Pixar stuff, but then they randomly have the Little Mermaid. Why isn't that a Disney? I guess because it's on the water.
Oh,
so I guess it makes sense. We had dinner at Ariel's Grotto, which that place is awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to have dinner at Ariel's Grotto too, if you know what I mean.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Well, no, that was
What'd
good,
you get?
man.
Was it seafood or?
It's you have a few different things. It's you pay. It's a base price that you pay. So you pay $40 a person for adults, and you have a few things to choose from. And one of them was surf and turf, which was freaking good.
Fantastic.
The best part though was that there's a cocktail that you can get that has this ice cube in it that lights up.
That's
the highlight.
That
was the highlight. The whole trip, and it changes colors, lights up and change. That was it. That was the highlight for me.
I know what to get you for Christmas next year.
Yeah, I still have it. They let you keep.
They let you keep it.
Heck
oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
That was the highlight of the trip for me.
Souvenir.
Yeah, highlight of the trip for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of weird because Disneyland they still have Toontown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They added that on a couple of years ago. And it was a great, it was a great little side thing to the park. But then they didn't have, I guess, any more room to really build stuff. So either a lot of things got torn down and they just replaced rides. But then they opened California Adventure. So most likely, I have a feeling Little Mermaid probably was supposed to have a ride a long time ago. And they were just we have no place to put it. So they're let's just throw it in this.
Maybe. And they do that whole World of Color thing there, too, which is kind of neat. It's got all those fountains.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll play, movie clips on the fountains with music and stuff. It was pretty cool, except when you're standing there having to hold a whining 4-year-old.
Did they still have the show Phantasma?
Phantasmic? They do. I think so. We didn't see it, but I think they do.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when it first started in Disneyland. It was on the water and stuff like that. The best part of that show is literally everything goes explosions, and then they have the huge dragon from Sleeping Beauty, and that's you just look at that thing holy crap!
Yeah.
How'd they get this on the water?
Well, and part of that World of Color things, they have these big torches or something at the bottom that start shooting flames out. Well, my 4-year-old, for whatever reason, is like completely paranoid about fire.
Oh, okay.
So she starts wigging out when this is happening. I'm like, oh, jeez. But it was fun. That was our last night there, so it was kind of a cool finale.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to Disneyland or Disney World for quite some time. I've been wanting to go to Universal just because of the Harry Potter.
Heck yeah.
I want to get some butterbeer. I just want to get fucked up on butterbeer.
You can find recipes to make butterbeer.
Let's just do it. We should do a Harry Potter show.
It's like an NA version, too, though. So.
Did you hear about J.K. Rowling coming out about Harry Potter, where she said Harry should have ended up with Hermione?
What?
Yeah, she came up with this new news story where she's all like, well, I wrote it for Ron, for them to hook up, but deep down inside, I really think that Harry should have been with Hermione.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like...
What about Ron, then?
Well, that's what I was like. But then I'm also sitting there going like, lady, your movie's over.
Yeah.
Your books are done. You made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Why do you need to bring up like all these...
Didn't she also say that Dumbledore was gay or something?
Yeah,
too?
she brought that up too. And you know what the funny part is the second actor who played Dumbledore in real life is gay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. And I'm like, did you just say it because of that, or you just always meant he was a homosexual, or like what I like again?
I don't even know like why it matters.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, why does it even matter?
Who cares?
Yeah. I'm like, I have no problem. Like, that's what I'm like. I think they even just passed something, too, against gays again, too, in the Senate or whatnot. Something like, and everyone's all like, if you support this bill, you can no longer be my friend. And I'm like, I still say the same thing with that. It's like, I don't see the problem with homosexuality. I really don't. I already have my theory with homosexuality. I go, look, to be fair, most gay guys are really good-looking guys. I'm not going to deny that. I'm like, you'll see those two men, you'll be like, hey, they're handsome men, all right? That's two men that want to hook up and get taken out of the picture. That's more chicks for us, for all the straight guys. And to be fair, no offense to the women who listen to the show, which I think is like 0. And if you do, you're probably not going to be offended because you're probably not a lesbian. But most lesbians are kind of guy-like, and that's kind of two guy-like women taken out of the picture as well. The only reason why the Senate does not want gay marriage is because the senators are probably in love with those good-looking men, and since they're already taken, they're like, well, if they want to get married, they can't, because I can't have that man. That's the only thing. Because how many times have we heard this in the bathroom stall that a senator gets busted for, like, soliciting, sex? It's like...
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's like, I just don't get... Just let people be people.
Yeah. Creepy senators.
Yeah, creepy senators. I will say this though, Pat and I, we picked up some booze, and there's a seasonal collection that we got busted for because the woman said we couldn't mix bottles, and then she read the label again and realized that it was a mix pack.
Well, and you tried to tell her in the first place though.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be that way,
and
like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Like, oh, okay.
At least the one who checked me out was pretty cute. Probably way too underage.
What was that?
So probably way too.
Oh, way too underage.
She's probably like 18 if she's.
Well, I even have the way too on there.
Because,
so just a little underage is okay.
Yeah, a little underage. Yeah, like if she's like 20, that's fine.
I see. Younger. I thought you meant like under 18. You're like, well,
no,
17.
No, I don't.
Okay,
no.
Good.
No, that's wrong, man.
It is.
That's wrong.
I don't know. Well,
Though I already told Chase, like, he better be careful because I said I will destroy his sister. So.
He has a sister?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, she lives with him at his house or whatnot.
Man, I never even knew that he had a sister.
Oh God.
Wow. Wow. You know a guy for
20-something years.
Yeah.
And you just find this out now.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to just like kick open his door and be like, how dare you? How dare you?
Did she live with them in high school?
To be honest with you,
or was she staying with dad or something?
No, she was living there with high school. The problem is I think she was like I think there was a huge age gap.
Oh.
So it wasn't like, like our brothers and sisters where it's like you're kind of like 2 years, maybe 3 years apart at the most, where it's all like, okay, but like I think hers was like a huge like kind of gap. I think she might have been either like 5 years younger or maybe even 6 years younger than Chase.
Oh.
So that's probably why we paid no mind to it at that time.
I never even knew. Oh.
I just thought, no, Pat, it was like
Crazy.
Harry Potter. They just kept her under the stairs.
Yeah.
And then she finally got her letter to Hogwarts and she was sent off. That's why. And then she finally came back. She's a wizard now. She's a full-blown wizard and everything's great for her.
Wow. Man.
Oh man, that just made my day. Good times.
Crazy.
Yeah. So speaking of, so we should. I'm thinking road trip. We'll go to Universal Studios. We'll do it all White-Tukee style, and then Pat and I will do a live show there in front of the Harry Potter world.
Sweet.
And we'll buy wands.
Heck yeah.
What wand? Okay. I'm gonna hit you up here with some nerditude. So, what house would you be in?
You know, did you ever hear that thing Pottermore?
Yes.
Yeah. When I did that,
You did Pottermore?
Yeah.
Oh! My ex-fiance did that. I don't know if she ever got in. I think she got in as Gryffindor.
I was Slytherin.
You were Slytherin? Okay, to be fair, though, my favorite character in the Harry Potter series was Alan Rickman's character, Snape.
Mm.
And it really kind of made me angry when I was all like, what? He betrayed everybody? And then when you see the last film, you're like, oh my god, he was like the hero of the entire movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
If you guys have not seen
totally
that.
was the hero.
But yeah, I love Alan Rickman. Oh man, he was fantastic in Dogma.
Yeah, and then Robin Hood.
He was in Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Was that with...
He was the sheriff of
I
Nottingham.
did not see that one.
Yeah.
That's with...
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I've never seen the Kevin
Yeah,
Costner
he was the
one.
sheriff in that one.
Very interesting. So I had this theory I came up with not a long time ago, probably sometime in last year of April. So we always hear about... It was always between Slytherin and Gryffindor. Like, those are the main two houses. Now, there was other two houses. It was Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I came up with an idea that I want to make a movie about those two houses. While everything else is going on, these two houses kind of have like a feud, almost kind of like an Animal House, where Ravenclaw is like the stuck-up kind of, oh, yes, we're from Ravenclaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hufflepuff is kind of like the, basically my theory with Hufflepuff with the mentally handicapped people. The stupid kids not really knowing anything. That's why and then every time like they would mess up, it'd be like, Hufflepuff!
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think Warner Brothers will pick me up on this film? I think it would be a good film.
Maybe. Produced by Inspector Maytag.
Inspector Maytag, yes. Well, no, we'll be the head house people in it.
Oh yeah.
So you could be, who do you want to be, Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff?
Probably Ravenclaw. Yeah.
So you're gonna talk like, Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I can be bougie.
You'd be bougie.
Mm.
So yeah, that was my theory. But I remember it was literally with my ex-girlfriend. We were in Flagstaff. We were trying to get to this cave place, but it was actually closed by the time we got there because of like landslides or rain or something weird. I forget what it was.
Like the lava tubes?
Yes,
something?
that was it.
Oh, okay.
More like cave thing. But we went, it was me, her, and one of her friends up there, and we were going up there and we couldn't find it, and then we're talking about how like we had to go through this weird like town. Like at one point, like the direction souls go, and it was just like so creepy that we thought we were gonna get murdered. But then we got into the conversation about this whole Hufflepuff Ravenclaw thing, and then the entire time on the way back, we just kept going like Hufflepuff. We got really pissed off about it for some strange reason. So no idea why.
Did you get murdered?
No.
Oh.
Though I was very skeptic. I thought she was gonna murder us because she had her backpack. She had the backpack, and when she opened it, there was like, the normal like water, rope, and then she had just like duct tape in there. Now, in hindsight, duct tape, yes, can help you if you get a flat tire or something happens with your car. You might be able to fix something with duct tape for the temporary time being, stuff like that. But me, being who I am and funny, I'm like, are you literally just going to murder us in a cave and just leave us there all in duct tape or something like that? So there was that whole incident because I like never really thought about duct tape.
Yeah, but I have some bad news for you.
What?
You did get murdered. This is the afterlife.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just podcast all day and sit at home?
Yep.
It's actually pretty sweet.
Yep.
So wait, did I make it to heaven or is this my hell? Or am I in purgatory?
Maybe purgatory. I don't know.
Purgatory? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That means I can do anything. I'm getting me an Xbox today, and I'm not paying for it. Man was gunned down today.
Yeah.
Saying, I am the king of the world.
Good times.
Good times. But yeah, that's basically where that whole theory came from. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think what else has been going on. Hopefully by the end of today, I might have a new job.
Nice.
Working for another bank. I become my father. He used to work for banks.
Nice.
But I won't become my father because I won't probably have kids or married. So, got that going for me. Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you were talking about. Let's talk about this because you were talking about it before we started the show about teenagers these days. Because you actually have a teenager in your life.
Yeah. And
this whole Pat and I have been trying to figure out. So if anybody, so you can find us on Twitter now. ATW Podcast is our Twitter handle. So if you guys listen to this and you do have answers for us, feel free to hashtag it like, what the heck is wrong with kids?
Yeah.
Or why, I don't know, I can't come up with a good hashtag right now, and we'll come up with one later. But help us out with this theory, because Pat and I have been trying to figure out, where the bar was dropped off where kids feel like they're entitled to things.
Oh, yeah. Bad.
Because, I'm trying to figure it out, because I know people who are about, 25 now who are still, they went to college, they're motivated, they still want to do things for themselves, they're not relying on their parents. So I want to know what happened when, what generation it was where kids felt they were
somewhere
entitled.
right in there, because
we missed the boat.
Yeah, a lot of the kids I have class with, some of the younger people, are totally entitled. Be whining about homework being too difficult. This is too hard.
Yeah,
Can you extend the homework out a month and let us use Open Note and Open Internet on the test?
What?
Yeah, these are legitimate questions I've heard. Can we use our tablets for the test? And they're like, no.
You know what I realized? Okay, there was this time, this is all I learned throughout school. When we got to elementary school, 5th grade, they scared us with middle school. They're like, middle school, they're not going to do this for you, they're not going to do that for you, and everything like that. And they basically scared you. And then you got to middle school and realize, okay, they are still doing everything that they said they wouldn't do. Then 8th grade came, and they go, high school's not going to slow down for you. High school's going to push you to your limit, da-da-da. Then you got to high school. Now, high school was the only place that I knew that did not prepare you for college, because literally a lot of people who went to college, literally on the first day, the teacher was all like, I'm not going to remember your name. You're going to be a number, because I guarantee half of you are going to be dropping out before the end of this week.
Yeah.
And you're just
that's
life.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be.
That's the way it has always been.
Well, and you figure you're paying how much money to get a college degree?
Yes.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, so if you're not willing to work for it, then...
Well, that's the thing. If you're paying, or student loans, or if you got a scholarship, you're going to work your butt off because you want to keep that.
Right.
So it's I'm just trying to figure out, now I'm trying to, I know it started with kids little, and there was this whole, everyone gets a Valentine's now.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be singled out. You can't do, and then bullying became I'm bullying has been around since the caveman ages. So yes, granted, there's some things where kids are getting bullied to the point where I know there's one kid who actually almost tried to kill himself.
Yeah. See, I mean that, but just regular kids beating each other up or stuff
that builds character.
Yeah, well, and even after you're out of school and you're in the work, you're going to deal with bullies in the workforce. They just bully in a different way.
Exactly.
They're still bullies.
They're always going to be there. And now, and also came up with the whole, they don't keep score anymore at sports. Everybody gets a participation.
Everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah. And I'm just all look, I'll put it this way. I used to play baseball in one of the little leagues or whatnot.
Yeah.
We were the worst team in the world, or in at least the state. Okay, we lost every single game. We were horrible. We never even got uniforms. We got a shirt when the whole thing was done. Our coach literally never showed up to the last game, and then we never got a pizza party. He just literally took the money and ran. We beat one team, and the one team that we beat was the best team in the state. So we ruined their record.
Heck yeah.
So they were pretty much almost, pretty much all wins and 0 loses. We had 1 win, all loses, and these people, the only loss that they had was to us. That's all and to me, we didn't win any other game, but we beat the best team. I felt great. It was awesome. Did we get a trophy afterwards? No, because we were the worst team. Unless we got the worst team in the state trophy. I would have been fine with that too.
They probably should have been a trophy for that. It could have been a bronze toilet or something.
I think it was.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Actually, no, that's second place because you're number 2.
Aha! I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's
very clever. Razor sharp wit.
Yeah. Helped me through Nam.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
No.
But yeah, so you're dealing with this teenager now.
Yeah.
What are some of you told me she might be sabotaging her job interviews.
I think so. It's just a suspicion because she's had a few of them, and how hard is it to get a job at a fast food place or something?
Does she have a food handler's license?
Not yet.
Okay.
most places will send you to get one.
Exactly.
But I think that one of them, we found out she had actually asked the question during, the interview part when they go, well, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
She had asked them, well, is this a positive work environment? Would I enjoy working here? And she was telling us that, and her mom's like, what, are you stupid or something? Like, why would you ask that?
That's actually kind of a smart question if you want to sabotage things.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty good wording.
Right. And, because if I'm the guy doing the interview, I'm like, you'll never know, will you?
Yeah.
Like, okay, princess.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, because I'm trying to think. When I had my first interview, I actually remember you were working at Safeway. I applied to Safeway. I went in and asked them, like, I think you went in to pick up, like, your paycheck, and we were heading off somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I asked the guy, I was like, hey, I put in a resume. I was wondering, and they found it. They're like, would you like to do an interview right now? And I was like, no. And the reason why I said no is literally I was wearing, like, my backwards hat. I had shorts on, like, probably, a band T-shirt on. I was like, can I reschedule it for another time? And then when I showed up to that interview, I was dressed properly and everything like that. So it's all like I was able to do that.
And it's not just, it's all of them. Yeah. It's like they don't want to work. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand.
I understand not wanting a job, but I mean, not wanting money.
But it also builds character to have a job.
Yeah, I think it's good for you.
And you get some good stories out of some of the. Okay, to be honest, half of the jobs I had basically from high school and in college, you meet some of the great friends because you meet everybody who don't want to be there as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
You get to have fun. You get all these interesting stories. I mean, heck, my ex worked at Blockbuster before it closed down, and she was talking about where she worked. DMX would come in.
Wow.
Because he lives down here. Well, now he's in jail because of the dogfighting thing and all that kind of stuff. But he would come in, and I could just imagine him be like, is this a good movie?
Yeah.
Yeah! That's my horrible DMX impersonation. But it's like you get those stories, is like, pretty good. And like what was the guy Al? He worked at Safeway
Al
with
was
us.
awesome.
Al was awesome. He was like, what, a Marine?
He was a Marine, yeah.
And he had such, like, this was a guy, like, literally, he could probably lived off his pension for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. But he was just, and for a guy who probably, I guarantee, I'm pretty sure this man has killed people up close. Like, he literally probably killed them with a knife. He was very delightful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was awesome. He was all about mopping. He was serious about mopping. Like, he didn't mess around with mopping.
No, he didn't mess around.
If Al was checking in on you.
What was that stuff called that every time something spilled, you had to dump it on there?
I don't remember.
It was like magic something.
Magic something, yeah. Like
it was the worst thing in the world.
Or something. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, I
just remember it was almost like it was a spill kit. It looked like a milk carton.
Yeah.
With powder in it. There was a rabbit on it.
Pink powder.
Yeah, it was like pink powder, and you would dump it on anything that was liquid or baby food, and then it was basically just so you could sweep it up, but it never worked correctly.
No, well, I remember cleaning the milk, the dairy cooler. You know how you pull the plastic things out of the front? So I forgot to put them back in. And so this customer comes in, goes to grab a gallon of milk out of there, and they all come shooting out. Chunk, 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 one after the other. They'll hit the
yeah.
And I'm like standing there watching this happen because I'm just walking away after cleaning it and thinking, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think it had to have been like 10 gallons of milk just blasted all over the floor. It's like, I go to get that stuff, and it just turns into like wet sand.
Yeah, it's like it's basically what the description was supposed to do. It was basically supposed to soak up the liquid, and then basically you're able to sweep it into a dustpan and put it in it. It never happened.
No, it was never like wet sand.
It was like, it was like wet sand.
Drippy all over.
Oh, God, I hated that stuff.
Yeah.
And when you first heard about it, though, when they were talking about it, I was like, this is the greatest idea in the world.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy this stuff when I have a house. I'm going to use it all the time. And then you finally use it for the first time. You're like, this is the worst thing I've ever used in my entire life.
Terrible.
Why would I endorse this product?
It was terrible.
A fun thing I also liked, too, was getting ice.
Yeah.
We had to refill the ice things. Those were fun.
Oh,
I love it when they always put us on meaningless tasks like filling water or getting ice, because you could waste so much time doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or you could always go hide behind the dairy coolers.
Yeah, I like doing that too.
Hang out in there.
Actually, I think that happened one time. I think you were supposed to be cleaning the dairy cooler, and I was like, I need to get out of here for a little bit. And then I went and hid in the dairy cooler. You were there, so it was just like, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I remember Trevor who slept in the maintenance closet. That was funny.
Yeah.
But see, these are the stories. Like
Oh,
your teenager's not going to get these delightful little, fun facts.
And it's like most of them are that way.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, some of them will work, but like, at least all her friends and stuff. I don't know of any of them that work.
So weird. Like, what happened with the generation?
I don't know. I have a theory. My theory is that it's with all this on-demand stuff, like you have on-demand television, on-demand movies, on-demand books, music. They don't have to wait for anything.
That's true.
It's just right at your fingertips all the time. And they all have cell phones, which I didn't have a cell phone until like
sophomore year, and because you bought it yourself.
Yeah, I had to buy it myself.
Because you know why? Because you had a job.
I had a job.
And you were able to buy it.
But they all get them nowadays.
Yeah,
so it's like they don't have to pay for that, and then you have everything on demand, so they don't have to wait for anything. So they have no patience.
They have everything instant access on the internet. That's why the bar debate has died now. Back in the day, we could have these debates outside in front of like Safeway or even at the bars before our phones had internet access and anything like that. And we could be like, no, I'm pretty sure this guy was in this movie. And you'd have this huge debate and stuff like that. And it was great.
Just look it up.
And now people just, but to be fair, I try to remember all this stuff because I like to debunk people and just put them in their place because I'm like, I know pretty much useless knowledge throughout my entire life. Hopefully if the alien invasion happens, they're like, what was the Batman played in this movie? And then I'd be like, I'm just going to save the universe right now. And then I would know.
Yeah.
But everybody had, and that's so true because speaking of which, the new Donkey Kong game came out today.
Okay.
I go onto Nintendo's eStore and you could download it. It'd be available at midnight. So it's like you don't even have to like wait to go to the store.
You don't even need to leave your house.
Yeah, it's like it's come to a point where it's just all like.
And they don't go anywhere. That's something else I've noticed. Like when we were in high school, we were like always doing something.
Oh yeah, we'd go bowling. We'd get anything to do to get out of the house.
Kids, they don't go. They go to like each other's houses. Or if at all, or they're sitting there Skyping with each other and like not even hanging out together. It's weird.
Yeah, well, look at that, all online gaming, playing stuff like that. Like you and I, we've done it. We've played the online game, but it's completely different though with our lifestyle because it's like we're busy. It's very rare when you and I can get together and like chill out and all that kind of stuff. Yep. So yeah, if you still had an Xbox and everything like that, I'm pretty sure we'd jump on every once. Hey, you want to game for a little bit? You have some time to yourself, and it's a good time where we play, we chit chat, we chat up. I get that, but most of the time, one of us would be going over to the other person's house and we'd be sitting there playing a video game, and then we'd be chit chatting while we're doing it. It's like there's like no more human interaction anymore.
Exactly, it's weird. I think that's my theory, anyways. That it's all these things, and so since they're not learning patience for one thing,
that's true. Yeah,
they're not learning that you have to put in some effort to get something. You know, all things that we had to learn. Like, man, we want to go rent a video game. We got to ride our bike down to the Blockbuster.
Yeah. Or we'd walk down there.
Or we'd walk down there, which would be like an all-day affair back then, because it involved, you got to walk down to the McDonald's first and harass David Rodriguez. And then
David, if he's probably not even listening to this, but David, the thing we hated the most was you tell us, come in and I'll get you free food.
And you never would.
And then we go in there, and then you would not give us free food. Now, if you'd just been up front with us, be like, look, I can only get you free soda, maybe get you a discount on some food, I would have been fine with that. But you basically lied to my face, and you hurt me for the rest of my life. And now, that's why I don't feel like I'm entitled to anything anymore.
In his defense, he did bring in those weird egg roll things to lunch every day.
Yeah, his mom always made really good food.
Yeah, I don't know what those were, but they were similar to egg rolls. Some kind of Egyptian thing, I guess.
It was like an Egyptian egg roll.
Yeah, those were amazing.
I came up with a name for it. King Tut's Wrap-Ups.
There you go. That's probably what they were.
King Tut Wrap-Ups.
Yeah.
Copyright trademark by me, so if you make those anymore, you owe me $70,000.
Or if you were to abbreviate it, it would be cups. Spelled with a K.
I like it. We should go into marketing or something.
We just got to track down David Rodriguez then. Find the recipe.
Well, you shouldn't be too hard. You just go to a salsa dance place now.
Yeah. Okay.
So weird, isn't it?
We got to beat the recipe out of him, though. Even if he's willing to tell us, we got to beat it out of him anyway.
Like, to be fair, isn't that so weird with him, though?
Salsa dancing?
Yeah, like, he had no interest in dancing throughout his entire, like, high school. Like, if he was in the dance... I congratulate him on that, but it's just... that would be like Chase all of a sudden, like, doing something...
the luge.
Yeah, like,
out
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Chase was just like, I'm an Olympic luge runner now.
Yeah.
never once talked about it, never once spoke about it, like nothing. So it's just very weird to me, like with like Dean. I mean, Dean went like at least for like saving the environment, right?
Yeah, and then he I don't know what happened to Dean. He like fell off the face of the earth.
He did. He sometimes I see things. I saw a little bit of activity on Facebook, but nothing much.
Yeah.
Scott Goosley is pretty much just became a mountain man, I think.
I don't know what happened.
All that's left of him, I think, is a MySpace page.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe him and Dean like met out in the wilderness. And, Dean killed him.
Oh, maybe it's like that movie Hunter.
Yeah.
That was with John Travolta and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think that's what happened. Dean killed him out in the woods.
Yeah. You know what's creepy too? While Dean's like burying his body, he's like Jeremiah Johnson went into the mountain.
Right.
Oh, dude, we just made a horror movie right here.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Come on, Hollywood, we're coming up with really good stuff today. Yeah, but it's just so weird. It's like, certain people would be like, that would be like me if all of a sudden I was like, no interest at all, and then you're like, oh, Steve's a brain surgeon now.
Yeah.
Like, what? That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be pretty crazy.
But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I say kudos to people because I'm like, if you're able to do something and it's something you love, and you're able to, that's like your dream, and you get paid for it and everything, that, like, more power to you.
That's like my wife has this friend she met at one of her marathons she was doing.
Yeah.
This woman is 62 years old.
Lead with that.
Just ran an Ironman.
What?
At 62. Had started running when she was like 58 or something.
Wow.
So it just already at late 50s, going into early 60s, decides she's going to start running and go do an Ironman.
Damn.
How insane is that? Like,
that's crazy, yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I couldn't do an Ironman.
No. Actually, I think Shauna Papson, who we just met at the party, I think she just did one, like,
really?
Recently, yeah. And then she's thinking of doing one of the Spartan races.
Yeah.
But this was also one of these people who just, like, she doesn't do any of these things, and then she was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. And then she's like, yeah, I was dead afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but again, like, if I could find the time and energy to do some of this stuff, I want to get back out there and, like, start living, like, and doing things. It's just that, again, teenagers, you need this thing called money and a job. If you want to do things you want to do. Can't just expect magical Dumbledore to show up at your door.
Yeah, because they're gonna get hit hard when they get out into the workforce.
Oh yeah,
like your boss isn't gonna give a crap about whether you think you should be paid this much. Or you think you deserve these hours. They're gonna nope. I don't care.
Do you know how many people have gone to college and is qualified for their position and are being underpaid because they can do that to you? Yeah. But you have to take the job anyways because you have to pay off whatever debt, loans, and all this kind of stuff you have. Like, guess what? This is the real world sucks. It really is. It's not like the MTV real world, which these kids probably have no idea what I'm talking about. That's right. We're adults now. We're talking to these children. We're talking to kids. I feel so old. Why am I so old, Pat? You're going to be 30 soon.
I know, next week.
I know. What are you doing?
I think we're going to the Keg. I think.
Big celebration party or just low-key family?
Yeah, I think low-key family.
Okay.
I don't know if we're doing anything else.
Yeah, I think Chase might be having a party at his place for his birthday.
That's right, his birthday is 2 days after mine, isn't it?
I think his is March 5th.
Oh, so 4 days after.
Yeah, do the math, come on. You think you're entitled that you don't have to do the math? Is that what you think? Yeah. So, yeah, everybody this year in our graduating class pretty much is either 30 or turning 30.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have a lot of things to show for it. So, I'm probably going to have a midlife crisis soon.
Cool. That'd be pretty awesome.
Not really, because I think
you can't afford a sports car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna be like a low budget one.
Yeah. You get it like a Pinto or something.
A Pinto.
Geometric.
I don't think I'd call
it. Wait. Ford Festiva.
Ford Festiva.
Done.
I don't even think it's gonna be that. They'll be like, yeah, we checked your credit. You could get this moped. Yeah.
Awesome.
Make sure to shoot yourself in the foot on your way out.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. But if you guys know how the generation dropped off, basically why kids feel like they're entitled, feel free to hit us at ATW Podcast on the Twitter. Hashtag it Grown-Ups Know Best. And we'll see what happens. I think we have a few followers. We don't have too many followers, but then again, I didn't get the Twitter handle until like 2 weeks ago, and then we haven't had a show since like last year sometime.
Yeah.
But for now, I think Pat and I are going to drink some more, And I think we're going to call it a week unless you have anything else to add there, buddy.
No, not really. Nothing else to add.
Remember to get your children spayed or neutered. Oh, wait, no, that's...
Bob Barker?
That's Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Bob Barker.
Spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and neuter your pets. But no, we're still trying to find a sign-off.
Yeah.
Enjoy your... something.
Yeah. Well, we are going to start taking donations to the Steve's Midlife Crisis Fund.
Yes, we are.
Help pay for that Ford Festiva.
Oh, and before we go...
I think we need about $10 is all, so...
Ouch. Before we also go, I also want to mention with Pat. Pat also will be on the radio soon. He had an interview Sunday morning, so by the time, this will be, they already missed it because this is going to go up next
It will have happened. So
it will already happen.
If for some bizarre reason you listen to Valley Focus on KDKB, you will have heard me.
Also, Pat also found out that at a smoke shop near his place, e-cig shop, he might be showing off some of his artwork there.
Yep.
He already gave...
And, any local artists who want a place to display artwork that they're willing to sell, so you'd get all the money for it. The place just wants to put them up. It's the southeast corner of Gilbert and Warner. It's right in the same parking lot area as the Zip Sports Bar and the Lifetime Fitness.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So it's called Offbeat and Unique is the place.
Which is funny because I've actually started getting back into actually artwork.
Yeah. So any local artists who want a place to show their stuff,
I should
check
tell
them
TJ.
out. And anybody who's into the vaping scene, they have really awesome prices.
Okay, cool.
And they're really nice people.
Hey, maybe we can try to get them as a sponsor.
Maybe.
Yeah, work your radio magic there, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I had an interview. They're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to work on a sign-off. I'm thinking we may be talking about back in the day, but there is no day greater than tomorrow. I was waiting for Pat to be like, that was beautiful, man.
It was kind of but we can work on it.
We're still working on it. All right.
It's a work in progress.
Oh, better. This podcast is a work in progress, just like my life.
This feeling deep inside of me, girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Patrick, I'm in love with a stripper whose name is Patrick.